Hey guys, it's Paul here, and I'm really excited to be back to talk about the 4th annual Vetsturn kickoff. And the program has really evolved, particularly in the last year. I really don't even think about Vetsturn in the same way. And I'll give you really 3 examples of how the program has evolved and just some interesting developments. There were many, many highlights. Hopefully you follow along social media and you see the posts that I make with all the work that's being done by the veterans. But 3 items, just for sake of brevity, I'll talk about. First, Vetsturn, I would say, over the last year has evolved really into a veteran-focused woodworking club that's now up to 14 members. So we had monthly meetings. We had the likes of Carl Jacobson and Michael Early participating in these sessions. Really top-notch education, peer sharing of work, relationship development within the group. It was really fun, really satisfying, and it just took things to a whole new level. So that was, I think, the most noteworthy thing. Another point as part of that same kind of story, I guess, is Mark Branch, who was a recipient member of Vetsturn from the previous year, one of the 2020 group. He came back this past year and taught a class on pen turning. So Mark has taken pen turning to another level and is producing fantastic work. And as it turns out, he's an amazing teacher. So he taught a class on pen turning. He's going to come back again this year and do the same thing. So Mark has really helped kind of reshape the Vetsturn program as well. And then finally, third bullet that I'd share with you is Dave Sterling was a member of last year's group. Within about 3 months into the program, Dave was turning about 100 bowls a month, filling his house with bowls. And so as kind of a community effort, we worked with Dave to structure a business, kind of set him up, set up some retail distribution and so forth. And that really has allowed Dave to operate that as a business and self-sufficiently. He also upgraded his lathe to a Laguna 1836 as he kind of turned pro. Dave, many of you know this, but lost an arm in combat, and so he turns with one arm, and so we're sort of billing him as the world's first and only, as far as we know, one-armed professional bowl turner. Laguna caught wind of this story, and they sent their camera crew out to Dave's shop for 3 days, spent that time with him, and did a great job telling his story. I'll share that video in the description below. Vetsturn is a community project. So many supporters come forward and provide tools and financial support and expertise. And so here are the supporters of the program for the last, for this year, and really looking back over the last several years in some cases. So tools are provided by Easywood Tools, and they've been with us since day one, as has Nova, providing chucks and pen gear for all the guys. Education, this past year I mentioned, things evolved. We have now volunteer instructors that are teaching classes. I do the first session, kind of orientation to the equipment, do some basic turning demos to kind of get people pointed in the right direction, and then come the real wood turners. George, Carl, Michael, Mark Branch is going to be back again. James Carter runs a school down in Texas, and he's making a free class available to any participant as soon as he gets that school up and running. Supplies are provided by Rockler, and they've been with us since day one as well. Wood from the Hood since day one, providing a set of blanks, both spindle and bowl blanks. Niles bottle stoppers, got on board last year. They're coming back this year, providing a full setup of stopper material, mandrels, and so forth. And Carl teaches the class on that for us, and it got me going on bottle stoppers last year. And boy, I'll tell you what, that's a lot of fun and very addictive. Turner's Warehouse, they're brand new, getting on board, and I'll talk about their contribution here in a little bit, but they're very excited about the program. And then finally, supporters in miscellaneous ways, financial support, consulting expertise to help us engage this community. Jerry Hudson, Rusty, and Katie Wilson, they've been on board for the last couple of years. Easy Wood Tools did a huge fundraiser this year, so I have them in two categories. They do provide a set of tools for every recipient, but they also created this awesome t-shirt and did a huge fundraiser, and that's going to bring on several additional members into the program this year. So hats off to those guys. I'm in awe, honestly, of what they're doing to breathe life into this program and support it. Go Poppy Designs, they've been involved since day one. They also did a t-shirt fundraiser last year and another one this year, and they're just really gung-ho about what we're doing here, and they were also helpful in kind of providing expertise to David Sterling as he launched his business as well. Archon Solutions has been involved in a variety of capacities. They designed the logo, they did all the shipping last year, and so they've just been a great asset to the program. And John Gone has led the selection committee, probably the hardest job associated with the Vetsturn program. John, who's a many year veteran himself and has a great heart for this program, is with us again this year. So I'm really excited to announce that we're looking for 8 new members this year. That'll bring the total in the program up to 22, and so I'm just really looking forward to kicking this off and bringing some new folks into the program. The setup that each veteran member will receive this year, similar to previous years, with some additions. So education, so we get people started with this set of DVDs from George Von Driska. That's how I learned wood turning. I'm always really excited to share that with people, so huge thanks to George for providing that. Chuck for bowl turning and spindle turning, and some pen jaws from from Nova. Easy Wood Tools provides a set of their awesome carbide tools. I love that for this program because there's no learning curve for sharpening. It's a very easy on-ramp into wood turning without having the high risk of catches, which are, anyone who does wood turning knows what I'm talking about. So we mostly eliminate the risk of that and really let people get up and make beautiful things very quickly. We throw in a face mask for safety, the bowl and spindle blanks from Wood from the Hood. We provide a Laguna 1216 MIDI lathe, which is an awesome lathe. Has plenty of capacity for spindle turning and plenty of power for bowl turning. And then new this year, this set of pen supplies. Really excited to have Turner's Warehouse on board and providing that. So, for a new member coming into the program, what do we ask of you? Not much, really. We want you to engage the group. We want you to give this a fair shot. Get out there at least weekly. Don't give up quickly. Reach out when you need help. There are now plenty of supporters available from current members of the program. Michael, Carl, myself, all participate actively in the private Facebook group. Reach out. We want you to be successful in this, and we're going to do everything we can to help you get through it. And then the other thing is just send us pictures periodically so that we can post them out and share with the world what you're doing. So who qualifies to apply for this? Again, this is the hard part of the program because there are so many combat veterans who could use this and so few resources. So we're looking for U.S. military veterans, any branch with honorable discharge. combat veteran in a war zone with at least one deployment, and dealing with stress related to that deployment. Also, you need to have space to set up a little turning shop. So that doesn't require much space, but it does require some space. So how does it work? How do you apply? I'm going to provide a link to the online application in the messages or in the description below. Fill that out. Shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes, and it's a real easy process. We're asking for all applications to be submitted before October 28th. Then we'll go through the process of reviewing. We'll announce, as we have every year, on Veterans Day, and then we'll start ordering lathes and shipping supplies shortly after that. Usually we have, depending on if there are supply chain issues, and obviously that's been kind of tricky, but we've usually gotten everything out in the hands of people by early to mid-December. And then we'll have a kickoff class, kind of orientation, and get you enough information, answer enough of your questions so that you can get started turning. And then in January, we'll start more in earnest in the education program with some Zoom meetings and live demonstrations and interactive discussion from the folks that I mentioned earlier. Reach out. My email's right there. If you have questions, feel free. Some of you may be wondering, how can I help? My biggest challenge, now that we're up to 8 new members coming on board this year, is getting the word out so we've got a good pool of applicants. So help me with that. If you're an influencer, please shout out, spread the word in the veteran community, the wood turning community, etc. Help me. I would also say there's always room for another sponsor. If you want to sponsor an additional veteran into this program, reach out. It's easy enough for us to add another veteran. This program scales really well now that we've got the online communities going and the monthly Zoom meetings. So, okay, that's kind of the gist of it. Let me know if you have questions down below, or shoot me an email. Help me get this program rolling again. I'm so excited and thankful to all the supporters and sponsors and anyone who has helped in any way over the years to get this program to where it is today. I'm so grateful and looking forward to coming back with an announcement of new members on Veterans Day. So thanks for watching, and let's be in touch. Take care.